Buckle up. Let's go.
TikTok now, and I'm living for it. I used to have a couple pay pigs back in my day, and that was probably one of the more financially stable times of my entire life, because if you don't know what a pay pig is, they will literally send you money. They're men, older men, that will literally send you money just for the fuck of it, just because they get off on sending money to pretty girls. If you have pretty feet, a pretty face, literally they will pay your bills and expect nothing in return. Literally, they won't ask for any or anything like that. They will literally just take your Cash App, your Venmo, your PayPal, your Apple Pay, whatever
Golly, this is so terrible.
You're comfortable with, and if you post it and they are a real pay pig, they will send you money just for you to humiliate them. Some of them don't even want you to like speak to them. They will just take your Cash App and send you money because they get off on that. So this is my formal application to get back onto Pay Pig Talk because I missed you. I missed you so bad. And I just got a fresh pedicure done, so if you know, you know. Okay, Cash App will be right here and also in the caption. If you're a real pay pig, you know what's up. Don't fall for the scams though, because some people will try to tell you to send them a fee. Those are not real pay pigs. If they're real, they will send you money, no strings attached. So, ooh, I'm so happy for you bitches. I love you so much. If you have pretty feet.
Give me a second. This. My financial brain hurts, number one, for how dumb people can be. I'm on the wrong screen anyway. My financial brain hurts for how dumb people can be. And my other part of this is like, man, why are women just selling themselves online? They are online prostitutes. But then my main brain says, how dumb, because you got to have a customer in order to have this type of business, men just throwing money around, Cash Apping girls. They don't even know you. All right, so let's get into it, right? So, yes, it is basically, like Steph said, it's a sugar daddy without the sugar. Yeah, it's an internet sugar daddy, basically. This is insane. Men that are just throwing money around to women. And I even seen another video, if I got it here, where one woman basically says like, some of these are married men or whatever. And obviously, I mean, this is nothing but like soft corn. I got to use that word here. It's nothing but soft corn. But at the same time, just throwing your money away is insane to me. This is what this other lady says.
So this is the only time I'm doing a fucking verification. So mine is at Mistress Rain 29 at MISTRESSRAINE 29. Only time I'm doing this fucking verification. So start sending me my fucking money, you little pay cow. And let's get to it and just spoil and love the fuck out of me.
And this is how they speak, right? This is how they speak because these men are so stupid. It don't matter what they say. It doesn't matter if they're disrespecting them. They know that they have something called a pay pig because they're a pig. They're just going to send money to women because they're horny. Like, these have got to be the most low testosterone, simped out men in God's green earth that I have ever seen. If you are out here being called a pay pig and you're paying women online that are just dropping their Cash App tags or PayPal tags, what is wrong with y'all, man? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all do understand, listen, you can get this for free, bro. For free, you can get this. You can get someone like her. First of all, I laughed when you said it first, Ortis, when you said that let me find your stuff. The tit tats, right? The titty tats going on. I was laughing about that because it's like you can see that, okay, this woman has no morals. She don't care. Look how she's dressed. But men, What are you doing? When you really break it all the way down to the baddest of the baddest female, to the baddest of Beyonce and all them, women are pretty simple when you get them on an emotional level. If you get a woman, you know, emotionally and she get her to love you or whatever, bro, you got everything. You got everything. You don't need to go out and break the bank just to get her to get your attention. And some women are, you know, they are complex, but on the surface level, they're pretty easy. But when you send them money, you're starting off the relationship or whatever you're doing with the fact of, hey, I can keep doing this for you. How in the world is she going to respect you, which I'm sure you don't care about respect, but how in the hell as a man can you respect yourself when you just throwing money around to women? On the internet. I'm just, I know that this is out there, you know, but now that I see that there's a term for it, and you see these girls with the OF pages, which is absolutely insane, but there has to be a customer base for that. And this is why so many women are like, fine, I'll sell myself short. Yeah, they'll have mental health issues and all type of stuff down the line, but they got a bunch of men just throwing money out the door, bro. And my financial brain is like, how do you even give away $5 without thinking about, like, man, I could have bought a drink with that, like a juice or something to eat or a wrap. You're giving it to some girl that gives you absolutely nothing back but some type of DM or something on one of her platforms. This is crazy. And then they call y'all pay pigs. Johan says that pay pigs are filthier than real pigs. I like my Coffee Grinder says I like my money way too much to throw away. Yeah, I like my money way too much to throw away too. I just don't understand, man. Like, and these are nothing but girl next doors, man. Like, these women are nothing but girl next door type women. And this is not a knock at them. It's like they're not that spectacular. But they figure, let me try to get your attention by throwing you a CashApp so you can remember my screen name. You got a problem. I'm gonna end this off by any man that is considered a pay pig and you're just sending women money and you're subscribing to OF pages and whatever that these women are out here throwing out, which they're just showing their feet. They might show their feet, or they're out there slanging and banging with Darius next door or Derek across the street, and they're just recording it. And you're paying for it. You're the biggest idiot in the world when there's so much free stuff out there. How about this? Go get you one. And if you got one, man, you need to go to the damn therapist because you got a problem, bro. I heard this pay pig stuff and I just started like, I start feeling old and getting upset. Like, y'all really out here doing this? This is crazy. All right. Wild concept. Well, what's a wild concept? I was trying to read what Steph has said. Steph says that someone I know has an older guy that has a pay pig. Oh, wow. And he sends her money just because he can run, because he can, and she's pretty. The guy is married, by the way. Thank you, Steph, for that. And it's funny that I said that earlier in the show, like, you know, because I seen another video, because I was just like, I gotta find out more. And one of the ladies was like, yeah, you know, he's a married man. I checked his profile and this and that. And I'm like, in one instance, I'm like, I get it, because it's like, it's soft corn, right? It's just like corn, right? I gotta take the C and replace it with a P. And I'm like, all right, you know, but then it's like, when you start sending money, like, you know, now it just starts getting weird. So the fact that you know somebody that is doing the same thing tells me that this is very, very common. It's very common. Here is my other part to this.
Wait a minute.
Now, I'm disgusting in the men. I think the men are stupid for doing this. It is what it is. However, if you thought that I wasn't going to talk about the women that do this, you are absolutely insane. I'm going to speak this and I'm going to say this as real as I can. The women that do this, the women that go online and do this, the women that go on Instagram and you have a link tree of all your links that you want to do to the women that only lead with sex, to the women that go to a gym and you wear sexy clothes just to be able to show off your body, right? Because I mean, we know why you want to wear this. We know that every single video starts from the back and not from the front. You are the most low quality women that we have on this earth. You have devalued your own self when you take yourself on an OF page and do what you do. I don't care if you want to be on there to sell feet because you think that it's just harmless, to the point where you're actually doing the act. You are the most low quality woman that they make. And then you expect a man to not be able to do his research and find out who you are. And then you're going to find out that, oh, there's a lot of men that know that I do this, and this is why they're going to treat you the way they're going to treat you. Because although some men are stupid, okay, they want to be pay pigs, they also know that you're not good for a long-term relationship or even building anything with. Maybe my algorithm is messed up and I don't care, and I've said it before, but there was just a lady that crossed my Instagram who was 54 years old. And the only reason why I know she was 54 years old because there was balloons in the back that, was birthday balloons. She was doing the same thing that these little young 20-year-olds do on Instagram. And I said, lady, you're too old. Do you think anybody will value you at 54 years old and you got all these links and you're doing the same thing all these other girls are doing? It's crazy. Low quality women that will find themselves with mental issues after they're done doing this for some time. They're going to find out, man, this was probably the dumbest decision ever. Because now you're on the internet and dudes can find you and find out who you are. And you may think that this guy may really want to be with you, but he really seen you on OF and doing everything else. And he's just there to treat you. You're nothing but online prostitutes. Period. Online prostitutes. And unless you Lil Wayne and you want to love every prostitute that you ever knew, good luck. Because you're going to be passed around to everybody. Yeah, you might get into the entertainment industry, but guess what? They don't love you either. They pass you around because you're nothing but normal meat. The women are horrible that do this. Let's just keep it a bean here. The women that do this, they think that it's harmless, like her. Oh, yeah, just send me this. I'll say, okay, cool. It's fun and games. But 10 years from now, when you decide to change your life and things get a little bit different and maybe you want to get married and maybe you want to have a kid, this is when this decision bites you in the butt. My last story on this is I feel bad for this one kid. This was a story I seen like 2 years ago. He was in middle school at the time. Middle school. His mother was on OF. And his friends found out that she was on OF. And they recorded her picking him up. And they was all snickering. I'm like, bro, how embarrassing for that child. For them to know, your mother is doing this. And, they middle school kids. So, they just hitting puberty. Everything is funny. You say the word dick and they how embarrassing for that child. So that one decision that she's making now, she ain't thinking nothing about her kid. She ain't thinking about nothing about the man she gonna marry. She's selling herself for nothing. I'm off this, man. I don't want to catch any of my subscribers, anybody that I know, as a pay pig. And if you are a pay pig, man, do not talk to me, man, because that means you have absolutely no game. And you don't need that much game to talk to females, okay? Golly, this is horrible. Goodness. Steph said, you got to agree with me this time. Well, this might be the only topic that you agree with me on. But Steph, I have to call it out. That was my mixed topic of the day. We're going to get into a little bit of, you might like this next topic, actually. It's called black fatigue.